Great location, very nice weather. It's the only federal institution with a golf program. It's good enough for Bernie Madoff.
This is an actual request. Wing D.
You better hurry up and sign this, Saul.
And now we are done.
As Steve Jobs used to say, one more thing.
Oh, shit.
Offended Goodman to receive 1 pint Bluebell mint chocolate chip ice cream every Friday for the duration.
Are you kidding?
Look at Oakley face.
He's kidding.
No more games.
Now I got a sweetener. It's nothing I've talked about. New arena. Concerns a prominent Albuquerque attorney who disappeared, believed to have killed himself.
He's trying to sell us the Hamlin thing.
He thought he really had something.
Kim Wexler walked into the Albuquerque DA's office last month. She spilled her guts about Howard Hamlin.
Last chance. Do we go to trial or do we have a deal?
Yes. Yes, we have a deal.
He like, this man really did that to me?
Hey, you're a scientist, right? So I have a question. What would you do if you had a time machine?
Meaningless question. Time machine. The kind of time travel that you're thinking of is a scientific impossibility. Oh!
Well, I was watching Nova and Alan Alda seemed to think.
Oh, well then, Alan Alda, he's the expert. Oh, Christ, are you kidding me? Quantum mechanics, we're discussing that now? Stay in your lane.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna get into the review. For us to see him having asked Mike that question, the answer Mike gave, yo, yeah, definitely understand that and see that makes so much sense. Walt acting this way about the question makes so much sense. That's exactly how he would be.
You are talking about regrets, so if you want to ask about regrets, just ask about regrets. My regrets. When I was a graduate student, I started a company with some, at the time, I thought they were my friends. Our goal was to commercialize discoveries that I had made. I stepped away. I thought I was doing the gentlemanly thing, but little did I understand that they were artfully maneuvering me into leaving my own creation.
So you started a company. Is it still around?
Oh, yes.
Is it successful?
Very.
How could you never tell me about this? We could have done something with this. Wrongful termination, intellectual property theft, patent fraud. I mean, I could have sunk my teeth into this.
You'd have been the last lawyer I'd have gone to.
Hey, he would have worked something though.
Yeah.
He would have got you something. He would have came in there like, wait, hold on with the fingers and shit.
When I was 22, I pulled a slip and fall outside Marshall Fields. I did. I was trying to show off, so I hit the ice fast as I could. I biffed it so hard I heard a crack. I actually hurt myself. My knee's never been the same.
A slip and fall.
Yeah, that's how I put myself through bartending school.
So you were always like this.
When we first meet Walt, just think about the first time you watch Breaking Bad and then where he ends up. So it's like when you initially watch it, your first thinking is, damn, he's straight transforming. Now, of course, we don't look back. He had some of this shit in him. Certain things happened that allowed certain parts of him to come out. And of course, he changed in other moments. But Jimmy, since he was a kid, been that way. And like even Walt is just, so you always been that way. Like, yeah. And what's funny about this is, so they show him talking to Walt like this after they had showed the one with him and Mike. So the thing that might have went through your mind is, yeah, he been that way. Like we probably was just saying that to ourselves, like, yeah, he been that way. And then, but for Walt to come to that realization, like, so you've always been this way.
She confessed. What's the DA gonna do with it?
No witnesses, no physical evidence. If I had to guess, most likely they sit on it. Apparently, Kim took her sworn and notarized statement and hand-delivered it to Hamlin's widow. The widow can take her for everything she has and everything she's gonna have, in perpetuity. But all I can tell you for sure is that Mrs. Hamlin's out lawyer shopping as we speak. Not that she bothered to call me.
Hold up, Bill. Now, wait, you're gonna love this. The Hamlin thing, the government doesn't know the half of it. As soon as we land, I want you to tell the other side that I've got more to trade.
Kim's already got a civil suit hanging over her head. You give the government more, maybe they bring the hammer down. What more are you gonna get? What's left?
You don't understand. It's really good ice cream.
You know you like that shit. You want to help her right there.
Oh, actually, I'm here to see if I can volunteer.
You want to volunteer?
Yes?
Can you answer a phone?
Sure.
Then there you go.
I want to make it clear this call is completely unofficial. You've seen the news?
I don't think so.
Your ex, Saul Goodman, he was arrested in Nebraska. He's been extradited to New Mexico. But that's not why I'm calling. He's giving testimony that affects you personally.
What kind of testimony?
Get her about the pain. Nah, he got something spectacular going.
It's showtime.
Let's see.
Mr. Castellano, today we consider the sentence for a defendant who will be pleading guilty to multiple felonies, RICO offenses, money laundering, conspiracy, accessory after the fact to the murder of federal officers. The government's sentencing recommendation is 7 years.
Your Honor, I can assure you my colleagues and I gave every aspect of this recommendation careful consideration.
If I may say something that I think will help the court fully understand the situation.
Any statement you make imperils that recommendation.
I'm very aware of that, Your Honor. 2 years ago, a man came into my office. He said his name was Mayhew. He wanted one of my clients to lie for him under oath. That night, as I was leaving my office, I was attacked. I was kneeling in front of an open grave with a gun pointed at my head. That was my introduction to Walter White. That night, I saw opportunity, and I grabbed it, and I held it tight, and for the next 16 months, my every waking moment was spent building Walter White's drug empire.
Consult Mr. Oakley before you say another word.
Your Honor, I believe the court deserves the whole truth.
Your Honor, we are satisfied for Mr. Goodman to continue.
Your Honor, I'd like to petition to withdraw from this case.
Denied.
Respectfully.
Not a chance.
Oh, I lied to the government about Kim Wexler. I just wanted her to come here today. I wanted her to hear this. So yeah, I wasn't there when the meth was cooked. I wasn't there when it was sold. I didn't witness any of the murders, but I damn well knew it was happening. I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money, I lied for him, I conspired with him, and I made millions. If he hadn't walked into my office that day, Walter White would have been dead or behind bars within a month. And Agent Schrader and Agent Gomez and a whole lot of other people would still be alive. Fact is, Walter White couldn't have done it without me.
Your Honor, we move to strike Mr. Goodman's comments.
On what grounds?
Speculation.
Speculation?
Your Honor, he's describing events that would have transpired had he acted differently.
I have one more thing to say.
Sit down, Mr. Goodman.
Please, Your Honor.
Now.
Please.
Your
Will
Honor,
the marshal
the government
please
urges the
remove
court to allow Mr. Goodman
from
to
the
continue.
podium?
How is that not speculation?
All right, Mr. Goodman. Go ahead.
What happened to Howard Hamlin? It was, I can't even. After that, Kim had the guts to start over. She left town. But I'm the one who ran away. And my brother Chuck, Charles McGill, you may have known him. He was an incredible lawyer. He's the most brilliant guy I ever met, but he was limited.
Them even doing that with the sign is fire. I got chills from that shit. You feel me?
I tried. I could have tried harder. I should have. Instead, when I saw a chance to hurt him, I took it. I got his malpractice insurance canceled. I took away the one thing he lived for, the law. After that, he killed himself.
Finally, he's talking about his regrets.
And I'll live with that.
What was all that? That thing with your brother, that wasn't even a crime.
It was.
Mr. Goodman, sit down and stay seated.
Okay.
The name's McGill. I'm James McGill.